So last night on my live, someone asked me, did I have a step by step of how to draw blood? And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I think I made a video, but you know what? Let's go ahead and do it again. So today we are going to do a step by step of how to collect blood. Now, this is using butterfly needles and different ways of using a tourniquet. Okay, stay with me, stay with me. All right, write this down. Okay, step number one, we are going to get everything that we need together. We are going to assemble everything, right? So I have my tourniquets. If y'all know me, y'all know I'm always gonna put two tourniquets, okay? Or you have a blood pressure cuff. Now, the purpose of a blood pressure cuff is to hold the pressure. With a tourniquet, yeah, they're good, but they don't hold pressure like the blood pressure cuff, okay? I'll demonstrate on myself and you'll see the difference. So I have my tourniquet ready, I have my gloves, I have my alcohol wipe, my gauze, my hub, my tube. I'm going to draw a GTT on myself. Just kidding, because who's going to process it for real, right? And then I have my needles. I'm still a chicken, okay? I don't care what y'all say. Although I'm a phlebotomist and an instructor, I'm still a chicken. So I think I'm going to use the 25 gauge. All right. So you assemble everything. Before we even assemble everything or get everything together, don't forget to ask your patient first and last name, date of birth, verify, identify your patients. That's step number one. Step number two, do not forget to ask, hey, which arm do you prefer? They probably have a preference. They might have a mastectomy on one of the arms, so that lets you know that you have to use the other arm. Now, if they have a double mastectomy, hey doc, your patient right here, she just had a double mastectomy. How am I drawing blood? Call the provider, right? We're always going to ask the provider which arm if they had a double mastectomy. Okay, so we went through all of that. We got our supplies together. Now let's examine the arm. In class, they always teach you to use the one tourniquet, but here I'm going to use two. Don't argue with me. Don't argue with me. Okay? All right, here we go. Let's see how I'm going to do this. All right, here we go. Here we go. And remember, you always place your tourniquet 3 to 4 inches from the actual venipuncture site. Okay, so I'm going to use my right arm. This is my better vein. I don't like to stick myself in the other arm because I find it that the vein there is kind of tricky. Okay, so my vein is right here. Remember, make a fist. We are not going to do the fist pumping. That can cause, what is it? Hemoconcentration. You are right. And what else can it do to your levels? It could spike up your potassium level. Yeah, you're right. So we just tell them to make a fist and then we feel. Mine's is very superficial, right? It's right here. I don't have to do all of that because it's more up to the surface. All right. Whenever you make your loop, make sure it's facing the bottom. It's facing the bottom. Why? So when it's time to remove, sorry, let's try that again. Just comes off just like that. Okay. Now, I'm not going to use the tourniquet. It's a little tight. I'm going to use the blood pressure cuff. Beautiful, beautiful invention. Beautiful invention. So, place my blood pressure cuff here. And remember, even with the blood pressure cuff, you're putting it 3 to 4 inches from the site. Okay, here we go. We're gonna pump it up to at least 40, okay? Hold on, one more time. Here we go, yeah. Okay, here we go. And here is my vein, right here. That's my vein using my beautiful blood pressure cuff. Okay, so now that we got everything together, we asked which arm do they prefer. I'm going to do my right. We searched for the vein. We have located the vein. Here it is right here. You see that little indent? My vein is right there, right there. Okay, so now that we found the vein, we're gonna release the pressure. Remember, the tourniquet or blood pressure cuff cannot stay on for past a minute. 1 minute. And what could happen if your blood pressure cuff or tourniquet is on for past a minute? Hemoconcentration. All right, here we go. Let's clean our site. Now, in the field, they tell you to always place both gloves on so that you can stick, right? But Milka's Way, I just use the one glove, and this hand is free for when I'm searching, and when I'm actually ready to stick my patient, I'll place on the second glove. But since it's me sticking me, I don't need no other glove, right? So let's clean our site. This used to be the scariest part to me. Just them cleaning. I used to be so nervous, okay? So remember, you start from the center and go outward, circular motions. And why are we doing that? To push out the bacteria. We do not want any skin flora or any contamination of the skin to mess up our sample. We don't want the lab to call us and be like, hello, I'm gonna need you to do what you do and call your patient back. No, 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 you're not gonna catch me like that. Okay? All right. We clean the site. We're putting together our needle. Remember, I'm using my baby needle because I'm still a chicken. Now, with the butterfly, you can either use the hub or at this point, you can connect your syringe to this, okay? I don't have an actual syringe. I'm going to use my hub. Remember, you have to wait 30 seconds for the site to dry. We're not blowing on it. No. We are not fanning it. No. Don't do that, okay? So now, let's assemble. Put it together. Boop, 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 boop. Here we go. All right. Now, I am running out of time. Catch me for part 2.